Hi guys, welcome to another Getweaved tutorial. Keep watching to see how I achieved this wig fitting using the bold cap method. First things first is some all back cornrows. I'm using expressions just so they're nice and firm, but you want to do them thin and flat as possible, just so that bold cap is going on a nice flat surface so that the wig can look laid. Another thing I want to mention with this style, as with any style, is you want to make sure you start out with clean hair because the bold cap will be on there for a while. So make sure it's clean just so it doesn't get itchy underneath. I do like to spray it with apple cider vinegar as well, just to keep it from getting itchy too quickly. And what I'm doing now is just brushing all the hair back after cleaning the surface with rubbing alcohol, and I'm just spraying the got to be glued spray on there just to get the baby hairs out of the way, so we've got a nice clean surface to put that bold cap on. Once you put that freeze spray on, you have to make sure to blow dry those edges just so that they stick down, or when you put this wig on to try it and see if it fits properly, it will stick to that. So what I'm doing now is just making sure it fits around her ears. If you've watched my previous videos, you see why this is important. So it does fit her perfectly, and then I'm just placing the bold cap on her head, and what I'm going to do is cut 2 little holes on each ear and just make sure that that is laying flat around each ear. Next step is to sew down that bold cap, so I will be cutting the other half off, so I'm just sewing the top half on, which is where the frontal will be, and I'm just spraying the got to be glued freeze spray and controlling that spray with my comb. So let me zoom in so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just spraying the spray behind the comb, and I'm firmly pressing the comb down so that spray doesn't go to any other area like the front of her forehead, because once I blow dry that and she sits under the hooded dryer, anywhere that you've sprayed will stick down. So make sure you don't spray anywhere that you don't want to stick down. And I'm just going to spray it for a bit, and then she's going to sit under the dryer. Once the glue is dry and that cap is set in place, I'm going in with my scissors and I'm just cutting off the excess parts of the bold cap, because obviously I don't need these, and I'm going as close as I can to the forehead without cutting her skin, of course, just to make sure it doesn't look untidy, because if it looks untidy now, once you put the wig on top, it will look untidy and that cap will show through. As you can see, I am peeling it back a little bit because I wasn't very happy with how close it was to her eyebrows. So this is how it should look at the back and at the front, and then I'm just going in with some foundation so that it can match her skin perfectly. But as you can see, the bold cap is still sticking up a little bit, and this is when I came across a little trick to how you can get it looking super duper flat and molded in. So I'm just adding some got to be gel this time on top of the cap, just so that it can lay a little bit more, because like I said before, there is little bits that are sticking up. So once I've put that glue on, I'm going in with the tail side of my brush, which I got from the pound shop, and a blow dryer just for that extra flatness. But there's an extra tip that you can do to get it looking super flat, and I'm going to show you this in the next bit of this video. I actually stumbled across this by accident. So this black cap that you can see me putting on her head is there to stop the glue that I've just put on from sticking to the wig while I pluck it, because I forgot to pluck it in advance, and it literally made the cap stick on so well. So that's the trick to doing your bold caps. Once you do your bold cap and once you put that got to be glued on, blow dry it so the glue dries, but set your bold cap and just look at how amazing it blends into her skin. It literally looks like a second skin. So the next step is to put that wig on. I've already cut the lace and I'm just making sure it is in the right place. If she's happy with it, I'm gonna go ahead and glue it down. So making sure it's around the ears, making sure it's not too far forward or not too far back, and then I'm just going to do my usual method of peeling it back a little bit, well, about 3-4 centimeters, and then I'm just placing the right amount of bold hold onto the cap and onto her skin. So you have to make sure you use enough glue to cover the cap and also to cover some of her skin. If you don't use a wide band of glue, it will probably stick for like a week and then it will come apart. So you have to make sure you use enough glue. And now she's just holding the sides of the wig for some tension, and I'm just going in with my blow dryer and my little rat tail comb to make sure that sits and sets in place. And then I'm also filling in the gaps that haven't stuck with a bit of bold hold. I used 3 layers of that bold hold glue and I applied it about 3 to 4 centimeters wide, so there was enough glue to stick down the bold cap and on the skin. And then I'm going in with the sideburns. I always leave these bits to last because they're the hardest to stick down. I think it's because people have a lot of hair around their ears, or peach fuzz or whatever you call it, and my customers always complain that these bits are the first to always lift. So it's always important to make sure these bits are stuck down, but they will always lift first. I did tie it with a silk scarf and she sat under the dryer for a further 30 minutes to make sure that bold hold dries in place. And now the wig is done, I'm just cleaning off the excess with some rubbing alcohol. And it's time to style it. So she's having a middle part and she wants the parting to stop there. She doesn't want it too long. So I'm just going in with some ORS olive oil wrap set mousse, and I'm just combing that into the hair and smoothing it in so that we can get those curls to pop. And then I'm just parting some of the hair off the front of the wig and diagonally cutting with my scissors for the baby hairs, and I'm going to do the same on both sides. And then I'm using my Echo Styler gel to do these baby hairs. So I'm being as soft as possible because even though it's dry, I don't want anything to remove that bold hold, because it can lift in some instances. I mean, it doesn't normally because you would have sat in the hooded dryer and made sure everything is dry, but it's always best to be careful. So this is how I do it. I just part some of the hair, cut it with the scissors, and then I go ahead and use Echo Styler to do the baby hairs. It's always best to put the Echo Styler on the back of your hand as well. I might need to get a palette for this because my hand keeps getting really dry at the back because I always put hair products on it. But just so you can control the amount that you're using, you don't want to use too much, so putting it on the back of your hand really will help you to control the amount that you use. By the way, this is the Brittany wig from Brittany wig from myfirstwig.com, and the length is I think 18 or 20 inches, and it was so easy to stick down. It does come with a Swiss lace, so definitely easy to stick down. The lace wasn't thick or hard, or it just melted right in. So it's always best to get a wig that's got a really good quality lace if you want it to look realistic, because there's only so much you can do with these cheap wigs that have got hard lace. So always get Swiss or HD lace, and if you're light skin, always get transparent lace. If you're dark skin and you get transparent lace, make sure you tint it to match your skin colour. And now I've done the baby hairs, I'm just tying the hair back because she's going to sit under the dryer a third time just for about 10 minutes to set that gel and the glue in place. So it really does involve a lot of sitting under the dryer, but I feel like it gets the best results, so it's worth it in the end. And this is the final result. Oh my gosh! Wow! Isn't it amazing? Just beautiful. So yeah, this wig is from myfirstwig.com. You can use my code Getweaved to get $10 off, or if you go on myfirstwig.co.uk, if you're from the UK, you can go on there and select Instagram and select Getweaved, and I will do your wig fitting for 50% off. Just your first wig fitting for 50% off if you get your wig from My First Wig. So It is a really good wig. Make sure you check my first wig out, and make sure you check my Instagram page, Getweaved, out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you at least got something useful out of it. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.